Good evening, Assalamu alaikum, and welcome to Sports Extra. I'm your host, Ahmad Nawaz. Our top story tonight is that former Test skipper and, of course, Pakistan's greatest batsman in the format that we've seen playing across one-day internationals and Test cricket, Inzamam ul Haq, last night suffered a cardiac arrest, a heart attack. He was then, of course, admitted to a hospital in Lahore where he underwent a procedure of angioplasty. Of course, the details have come in today where we've been told that his condition is now stable, but because he was in excruciating pain, a stent had to be added to the blocked artery. And of course, after this procedure, Inzamam is said to be in a good condition. His health is improving. Doctors, of course, are monitoring the situation, and he is said to be in a stable condition, as I just mentioned. Former cricketers, not just in Pakistan, but all around the world, be it domestic cricketers or international cricketers, have come out with a lot of prayers and support for Inzamam ul Haq, and they've wished him a speedy recovery at the same time. Players like Waqar Yunus, Wasim Akram have all called him a lion at heart and have wished him a speedy recovery as well. Batsmen from all around the world, including greatest batsman that we've known, Sachin Tendulkar, has also wished Inzamam all the best all the way from India and wished him a speedy recovery as well. Apart from that, tonight we're going to be discussing the National T20 Cup that resumes after a 2 days break tomorrow with a match of Balochistan, who will be facing Sindh Cricket Association. Sindh, of course, are at top of the table as far as the points table is concerned. Also, we've got action where we see the team of Northern facing on Southern Punjab as well. The second match will take place at 7:30 p.m. Southern Punjab are at the bottom of the table. Northern have got a pretty good side, but they won't be happy with the way the last match went for them as well. Obviously couldn't get victory, so they'd be a bit surprised with that because they're looking at a very strong squad. We'll be discussing all about this in tonight's show. Time now to introduce my guest in studios. I've been joined by cricket commentator and cricket expert, the very honourable K. Asif. Assalamu alaikum, K. Asif, how are you?
Walaikum assalam, I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm very well, great to have you on the show. So first of all, the National T20, I understand 2 days of a break have been very worrisome for cricket fans because we were getting some quality action. So far, how do you rate the tournament?
Well, look, after the cancellation of New Zealand tour, it was all the eyes were on the National T20. And of course that all the stars of Pakistan cricket team, they're in the action, and now they're playing cricket, and the spectators, they're enjoying. So, cricket is in our blood, and Pakistanis, they were waiting, badly to start the tournament. And of course now the World Cup is, T20 World Cup is around the corner. So this tournament, this National T20 is really important for the Pakistan.
So you mentioned a very important point that the T20 World Cup is around the corner, and I will take them as rumours because what rumours are telling us since the past 2 days is that we're likely to see some changes in the squad. And it was very important for this tournament because players who are part of Pakistan's T20 World Cup campaign are in action. Some of them have been disappointing, let's agree, but some of them are in form.
When you talk about some of them, definitely we talk about three cricketers. One of them is Rizwan. Everyone knows his performance is on the top notch. And Babar Azam, yes, once again he's performing well. And the third one is the Shaheen Shah Afridi. And to be very honest, that it's an alarming situation for Pakistan cricket. I'm not happy that what's happening in National T20, that we are looking for young blood, we're looking for new talent. But issue is that our old and the legend players like Hafiz, like Shoaib Malik, like name anyone, they're not performing well, including Asif Ali, Khoshdil Shah, Azam Khan. All of them, their performances, huge question marks on their performances. So if you talk about that, what's happening in National T20 and what would be the come out, so this scenario is very dangerous. Because if we talk about national cricket, the World Cup, that we will have to face New Zealand, Afghanistan and India. And all of them are very, very strong teams. And Pakistan will face definitely his first match against India, and then New Zealand and then Afghanistan. So if we talk about these three cricketers, what they did in the National T20 and what we were expecting actually with the Asif Ali and Khoshdil Shah and Azam Khan. If you talk about the legends, what they talk about if you're not in good form. Gary Christian, the former Test cricketer, and now he's for a long time he's doing coaching. What he says about if you're not in good form, just try to play in the we. And these three players doesn't know about we, to be very honest, that Asif Ali, he only tries to smash the ball on the onside. Same is the case with the Khushtil Shah.
And Azam Khan.
Azam Khan, look, if you talk about his fitness, question mark. If you talk about his wicket keeping, still a question mark. If you talk about his batting, so I don't know what is the criteria to keep him in the side.
Asif, it's very important for us to understand here is that T20 is of course a very high intensity game, but sometimes hard hitters who are going to bash the ball every time is not what's needed. You also need stability at the order. And we've been talking about Babar Azam's role as an opener when we understand that him coming at number 3 might just give strength to our middle order. But with Babar, you also need an anchor player. Do you also believe that's what we're missing in our squad right now?
Yes, for a long time. Not only from last couple of months, but for a long time that. And we brought Haider Ali, we brought Haris Sohail, and a couple of more faces. But what happened what happened with Haider Ali that I'm not sure that what coaching staff is doing. Because if you talk about our high performance center, Mohammad Yusuf, a legend batsman is there, but still a basic technique is missing all of these cricketers.
But why is he's a different player in the PSL and he's a different player in the Pakistan setup? Is it because that role is not clear to him of what he's got to do? In the PSL, he knows he's got the confidence that he's going to play every game. Maybe that's why you're getting the best of his ability.
Well, PSL is a standard cricket, but you do not compare that cricket with international cricket. There's a huge gap. As talk about Shoaib Maqsood, he was brilliant in PSL 6, but what happened when he came against England, against West Indies, he was not up to the mark. And that is the point where I'm talking about your mindset. And this is the thing which we have to learn. What greatest batsman ever, Brian Lara, said that if you want to become the great batsman for the 3 formats, T20, ODI and 5-day cricket, you would have to be very careful with your technique. And he writes that only one player in the cricket world who is fit for the three formats, and that is only KL Rahul from the India. You have seen that if his average is around 40 for all the formats.
For all 3 formats.
Yes. And same he talks about that 2 fast bowlers, that Jasprit Bumrah and Jofra Archer. They are fit for the 3 formats. So now if we talk about that Asif Ali, is he a specialist for the T20? But this would have to, I have asked that question to late Dean Jones as well, that he's a very good smasher but not a finisher. So Mickey Arthur was working with Pakistan team as head coach. He was facing same problem, and he admitted that for a long time.
Identified it.
Yes, no, he admitted actually in a press conference that we are not able to bring a finisher in our, which you are talking about, an anchor. That if Rizwan fails or if Babar Azam fails, we collapsed around 150, you know that. Because if 50-over match, yes, Babar Azam, he will definitely cross 60, 70. Same case with the Rizwan. And the rest of the team, they will go around 70 or 80. So this is the problem which Pakistani team is facing. And I think that now Ramiz Raja, the chairman PCB, would definitely work on this mindset as well.
Well, we know that the T20 World Cup is happening in the UAE, where Pakistan have played most of their cricket. I think we could not get a better opportunity to win this because it's not happening in Pakistan, obviously. But UAE, similar conditions, what we've been playing against. If we talk about the squad, the strength and the positioning, let's believe the rumors that the squad will change. Let's believe that a couple of names would be added.
Let me stop you here. Who would you bring? Name anyone.
Well, I'm the host, you're the expert, so I have to ask you probably. That's how the show works.
It's a $1 million question. It's not easy that, okay.
But maybe let's talk fairly. Maybe it's not about who do we get in the squad.
Yeah.
Maybe it's about the players that we have, on which position do you play them? Because let me ask Asif, does Asif believe that the best option right now for the opening department is Babar Azam and Mohammad Rizwan?
Yes, and unluckily we don't have the third name. Okay, and now if you see the India, they have 5 options to open the team, to open the innings, and this is the case with the Pakistan, that after 2 we are silent. So we now this is you know that we'd have to do or die situation.
Who's your number 3?
Number 3. Look, if you're bringing Babar Azam and then Rizwan
as the opener.
Yeah, but I want to see Babar Azam on number 3. People, they do talk about his strike rate. Strike rate does matter when you lose match. It does not matter when you win the match.
Win games.
Yes.
Simple as that.
Yes, very simple. So it's not a long debate. Very simple. So I'm much curious. I want to see that what Ramiz Raja will do, what Mohammad Wasim, the chairman selection committee, will do after this national T20. If the criteria is national T20 and the domestic, then there is a huge question mark on the selection committee.
Absolutely,
as well.
because we're seeing these performances, as you highlighted, these couple of players not performing. But if you're getting Babar Azam at 3, would you believe that Fakhr Zaman becomes your option for the opening department, or do you have somebody else in mind?
We have invested a lot on Haider Ali. And I don't know what was the reason that, because I've spoken to him directly, that what's wrong with you? He has spoken to me that I'm not able to concentrate on the game. So might be he's facing some, mental stress. Yeah, I don't know. But this is what our coaches would have to sort out. And unluckily, they haven't sorted out what we have watched in West Indies series, what we have watched in England series.
Almost 2 years now, yes, with the process.
And you have invested a lot. Now this is your, where is your policy? No policy at all. And now if we talk about that Babar Azam, Rizwan and Shaheen Shah Afridi, they are the 3 players who are constantly performing Pakistan. For Pakistan, yes. Could you take the 4th name? Of course not.
Probably not. Probably not.
Isn't it?
Nothing consistent.
Might be Hassan Ali. Might be. Yeah. I'm not sure. Might be. So, and one thing we have to understand that this World Cup is not easy for Pakistan. As you're talking about that, we've played much cricket there, but you'd have to face, as I mentioned earlier, India, top-notch side, New Zealand, then Afghanistan. Don't take them easy.
People have their reservations against Afghanistan.
No, look, they have top-class spin attack. If we talk about Rashid Khan, we do not have a classy leg spinner like him. Am I right?
Absolutely, no aggressive leg spinner.
Yes, like so. So Pakistan will definitely be in the hot water.
So I guess what Asif means is that don't get your hopes high as quickly as you can, because this World Cup might be very difficult for Pakistan. On that note, Asif, thank you so much for joining us. It was a pleasure having you. Now, we've got a very special segment coming up, because after the break, we'll be talking about the Chief of Naval Staff Amateur Golf Championship that took place in Islamabad at the Magla Greens Golf Club. I had a chance to be there, talk to some people. We've got this very special segment coming up for you right after this short break. Stay tuned to Sports Extra.